So, hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my 100 subscriber video. As you can see here, today we'll be reviewing the Uncharted series. And before I get onto that review, I would like to talk about two things that I got in the mail. I got Smallville Season 9 and Smallville Season 10 on DVD, the complete 10th and 9th season, which is amazing. I am glad that I finally am glad to say that I completed my Smallville collection. I have every season on DVD now, and I'm only on season 8, and I'll have to finish season 9 and 10 to finish, the whole series. Smallville is one of my greatest and most favorite TV shows ever. So what I probably will do for you guys, I probably will review the whole series for you guys when I finally finish it and have the time to make a video for it. But yeah, with that aside, I'm glad that I finished collecting it, and now let's get on to my Uncharted series review. So before I start this review, I'm going to tell you that the gameplay for each game is basically the same. So I'm just going to talk about the gameplay in the first game, and it's going to move on to Uncharted 2 and 3. So gameplay is the same for each game. Story, I probably will give you a brief summary of the story, and yeah, that's basically it, because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, because all these games are really amazing. They have a lot of plots and twists to the storyline, and I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, so I'm just going to basically tell you, what's going on, what's happening in the whole story. So yeah, let's start it off with Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Now, in Uncharted Drake's Fortune, you start off with Nathan Drake, a treasure hunter, and Elena Fisher, a reporter. Now, in this storyline, basically, Elena and Nathan Drake are uncovering Drake's, not Drake's, but Sir Francis Drake's coffin. And what they find in this coffin is basically they find a journal to Sir Francis Drake. And this journal helps them lead to, El Dorado, the lost city of gold. So this journal gives them clues and hints to where it might be, and helps you solve puzzles and stuff like that. And basically, Nathan's friend Sully joins them and joins their journey to find El Dorado. But upon finding El Dorado, they are of course infiltrated, or basically you have other treasure hunters going for the treasure. So basically you have treasure hunter Gabriel and Navarro, going against Nathan, trying to find, El Dorado too. Plus a pirate named Eddie. Now that's just the main gist of the story. So there's a lot of plots in there. There's a lot of twists. There's just a lot of awesome things in that storyline, and I don't want to spoil for you guys. But of course, like I said, the story's amazing. And plus, the voice acting is amazing. Nathan Drake, this is the first, time he ever did, Nolan North did Nathan Drake's voice. And still, to this day, I think his voice was amazing. It's flat out awesome, and he's a great voice actor. Same thing with Elena Fisher's voice actor and Sully's voice actor. They're all amazing. They're all flat out awesome. And, to tell you the truth, basically, throughout each game, I'm going to tell you their relationships just grow stronger and stronger and stronger. And basically, you feel for these characters. You feel like, you know these characters so well by the end of Uncharted 3. That's how good they make the story. That's how good they make character development. You really understand Nathan, or you know who Elena is and their relationship towards each other and stuff like that, and Sully and Nathan's relationship, which is really great. That's what I like about this game, all these games. But yeah, and then with the gameplay, it's basically platforming mixed in with a third-person shooter. So with the platforming, basically you just need to push the X button and move the analog stick so to where you want to jump. So if you move to a section of a wall you want to jump towards to, you basically will see Nathan basically stretch out his arm. And if he stretches out his arm to whichever direction, it shows you where he can jump, and all you have to do is just press the X button and he jumps. That's basically really simple and really easy to do. With the third-person shooter style, basically you can just also just run and shoot people, or you can do an over-the-shoulder look and shoot them as well and take cover too. And you can also throw grenades too. And also they actually implicate the motion control here. So basically when he's walking on a beam of a tree or something like that, he basically, you can tilt the controller sideways or left or right to, balance him out. Or when you're throwing a grenade, you can just like flick the controller and he just throws it. That's basically it. Yeah, that's basically all the gameplay there is in both each games. And like I said, Uncharted 1 is really easy, but the waves of enemies they have, like, they will bombard you with wave after wave of enemies, and when you think it's over, it's not, and that's what makes the game a bit frustrating at times, because there's just so many enemies. But if you're patient and take your time, you can just take out all of them, one by one. But really great game, really awesome. Moving along to Uncharted 2. In Uncharted 2, we see recurring characters like Sully, Elena Fisher, but we also have new characters like Chloe and Harry Flynn and the villain Lazarevich. So what happens is basically the storyline of Uncharted 2 start off with Nathan Drake bleeding out, hanging on a train that's on the ledge of a cliff. So basically he's sitting in a train, that's hanging off a cliff, bleeding out, man. That's awesome. As badly as that sounds, that's pretty awesome, because now you have to get out of that train and climb back up to the cliff. Now, that's just like what happens in the beginning of the game. This actually happens way later in the game. But basically, throughout the game, you'll have flashbacks. You go back to when Nathan Drake and Harry Flynn and Chloe are actually trying to infiltrate a museum and trying to steal a oil lamp for a client or something. And basically, this oil lamp has a map that leads to Shambhala, or basically leads to getting the proverbial dagger, and using this proverbial dagger get to Shambhala. And that's basically the story. And of course, Lazarevich is basically on Nathan's tail and trail, trying to find, God damn it, sorry, Shambhala too. I'm sorry, I'm blacking out, but yeah, basically that's the whole main storyline. Also, there is actually new gameplay in this game. Basically, you can actually use stealth attacks. So basically, you can go behind an enemy, choke them, break their neck, stuff like that. And also, I forgot to mention that you can actually have fist fights with the enemy. Basically, you can punch. It's basically button mashing and stuff like that. And that's basically us. The gameplay's the same, just everything's the same. But stories different. But of course, the thing about Uncharted 2 that blows Uncharted 1 away is the graphics. The graphics in Uncharted 1 was amazing, flat out amazing. The water in the game was the best looking water I have ever seen in my whole entire life. Like, if Nathan Drake actually rolls in the water, he gets wet. And once he comes out of the water, he's still wet. Basically, like, it's not like in video games. You go under the water and basically you come out dry. Because like the water seems like it's non-existent at all. You just go under the water, come back up dry. But in this game, Nathan does get wet. And he has to wait till dry out, to wait for his clothes to all dry out, which is really great. The graphics in Uncharted 1 is great, but then Uncharted 2, the graphics blow it out of the water. It's just flat out awesome. From amazing landscapes like snow and like in the mountains, or in a town, a small town, and basically also having to fight on a moving train, which is really awesome. And like I said, you have to climb, platform up a train that's hanging off its ledge of a rock. So that's pretty amazing already. So that's how, not the gameplay's changed, but how much, they've implemented different ways you can play the game and different ways you see the game is just awesome. Amazing. And now we move on to the final game of this trilogy is Uncharted 3. Drake's Deception. Now, in this game, we have some new characters too, and we also have recurring characters like Sully, Chloe, and Elena Fisher. But we also have two new villains, Talbot and Marlowe, and we have a new character named Cutter. So basically, in Uncharted 3, basically what happens is Drake's trying to find the lost city of Ubar. and trying to find the lost city of Ubar. Of course, Marlowe and Talbot are, of course, like I said, on their tail trying to find Ubar too, and using not Nathan Drake's, but Sir Francis Drake's ring to find it. With this, they have actually this like kind of encoder thing where you just put the ring in and you can actually encode like secret messages. I think I forgot what was it called, what the messages were, but like what kind of language was it in. But yeah, basically they're just trying to find that. And in the first part of the game, you actually have Nathan Drake meet Talbot and try to give him the ring so they can actually, find their location of where Marlowe is so they can steal the encoder. And what also happens is we actually learn more about Sully and Nathan's relationship in this game, like how they met back 20 years ago when Nathan was just a kid and Sully was still, one of those really good treasure hunters, and now that's what happens, like how they've aged and how close they've become. And that's, like I said, that's just the gist of the story. And really, what also happens here is, of course, Uncharted 3 blows Uncharted 2 out of the waters. With its graphics, they keep upgrading it, and it's awesome. It's great. It's flat out amazing. And like I said, another good part of this video game, I won't mention all of them, but one good part is when you're in the ship or on the boat. So basically, you're in this ship, on this cruise ship, and basically Nathan Drake has to run, trying to survive, because basically what happens is the ship is sinking, and Nathan's running around. You gotta move Nathan because the water is just flowing in, and you gotta escape this place. This is really amazing and awesome. That's like one of the most memorable moments in this game. So yeah, throughout the Uncharted series, you will grow to love Nathan Drake, Sully, Elena Fisher. You will, relate to these characters. You would understand them. You would feel for them, like I said. And like I said, all these stories are flat out amazing. Each story has so many twists you can never see coming. And the graphics are just flat out amazing and awesome. The graphics are just getting better and better each time the game is made. And the gameplay they keep making is just this, they just find new ways to flat out blow your mind. But what I have to say is what blows my mind is Uncharted 2. Because from Uncharted 1, you go through Uncharted 2, which is really freaking amazing. But then basically Uncharted 3, it's the same as Uncharted 2, just the graphics are more, better looking. But like I said, you are basically platforming from an upside down train hanging from its ledge to, actually escaping a sinking ship. So basically that's the same thing, but just, with the ship, it's just, they just try to blow your mind more. But still, I have to say Uncharted 2 is one of my favorite games, following Uncharted 3, then Drake's Fortune. But I can't really number them, which one I really like best, because they're all, amazing. I'm just saying which one really blew my mind out of all was Uncharted 2. But yeah, both these three games are awesome. I would love Uncharted 4, really. I don't want to break the trilogy, but I would like to see an Uncharted 4, which would be amazing. But Uncharted 3 ended off on a note where I wish that I wanted more. Uncharted 3 leaves you with you wanting more. And that's about it. I mean, I really like Uncharted. You guys will love it too. Check it out. I have my collector's edition. It's $80 on Amazon, so check it out. It was $100, $20 cheaper. Pretty worth it. You get a collectible belt buckle, a necklace, and Uncharted 3 figure of Nathan Drake. And the ring is actually the same Parvis magnet ring that Nathan wears throughout each game. And you can actually get Uncharted 1 and 2 in a 2-pack. Now, I think it's probably $30, $35 at GameStop, or you can probably order it on Amazon for cheaper, I don't know. But yeah, that's my review on Uncharted 3, and I hope you guys like this review. And check out part 3 of my 100 subscriber video. But for now, talk to you guys later.